Hello guys, welcome to another stream on Football Overseas YouTube channel. It is UCL Game Week 6 preview for preview for Real Madrid versus Man City match preview, and we have a Man City fan, Alf. Pick up Alf.
Big up, big up. Always enjoy coming on any channel really, but with you as well. Last time I came on, you had a Man United scrap, but I guess they're not in Europe, so can't talk about Man United, can we? Big up. So
Yeah, I'm a Man United fan, but you see, this game is the Madrid versus Man City game. So as a rebel fan, you want to see your club, your rivals do poor. So any big game that a rebel is doing, you like to do a match preview.
yeah, I mean, we can talk about anything, anyhow,
Yeah,
um, I suppose we're here to talk about Real Madrid today. So you know what? Yeah, I'll be honest to start off with. I'm not that worried about Real Madrid, if I'm being completely honest here. I think they're really looking poor right now.
you know what?
I mean, yeah, if you look at their form in La Liga, they had like 4 draws in a row or something.
Yeah, they do. I saw that Real Madrid's performance has been poor under Xabi Alonso. I don't know what's going on, but you can also see that that poor form started in the Club World Cup as well. Doesn't when they won I know precision games people say it doesn't matter, but you mostly use your position as a new manager to set your tactics, to set up your system, right? And if you're not winning games by convincing results, how you going to convince your fans that you're going to have a good debut season?
I mean, it's not about convincing their fans, it's just about convincing anyone. Let's be honest, has Real Madrid really gotten any big results this season other than beating Barcelona? Not really.
No, they haven't really gotten any results where you will say that this is Real Madrid.
Yeah, I mean, they even lost to Liverpool, a very poor Liverpool as well.
Yeah. I mean, did you see the match that Liverpool had yesterday? Like Liverpool bottled a
Also,
2-0
hey,
in
people were
two
talking
minutes.
about Man City. People were talking about Man City bottling that game. We ended up winning it. They conceded a goal from, I forgot who scored the late in it, but they conceded a goal in the end, bro. We actually won against Leeds. They lost, or well, they drew 3-3. That's embarrassing for Liverpool, I can't lie.
Yeah, it is an embarrassing result, but also you have to give Leeds manager some credit for setting up his team in a good way. Like that
Fark is a good
midfield.
manager, but you can give Fark credit, yes, that's true, but it doesn't go that far, I think. Against Man City, I think Pep waited too long to make the changes. And for Liverpool, I just think their players are trash. And that Liverpool team went on to beat Real Madrid. So I suppose if you go off that, you'd expect. I suppose if you go off that, you'd expect Man City to beat Madrid. I know it's not that simple, but I just look at Madrid right now and I'm not worried about them. I mean, do you know who they've got starting in their last La Liga game?
The last La Liga game, it was
Against
against
Bilbao.
Bilbao.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bilbao.
yeah, they started in a 4-2-2-2 formation, which is a weird formation starting. They had Vinicius Junior and Mbappe as strikers. As
Mm-hmm.
attacking midfielders, they had Jude Bellingham and Valverde. As CMs, they had Camavinga and Giacometti.
Germany.
Yeah. Then they have a good left back, that is Avero. They have Rodrigo, Ed, Ede, Militao, and Trent. Trent hasn't been performing well
Yeah,
this season.
Trent's been trash. By the way, if I'm looking at that game against Bilbao, Valverde was on the right a lot. He was a de facto right winger quite often. Bellingham was running into nowhere that game. I mean, they won 3-0. Fair enough to Madrid. I don't think they played that well. Honestly, no one really impressed me. I'm a bit surprised that Arda Güler isn't starting for them. I mean, they're starting Camavinga. I don't rate Camavinga. I think they'd be better off dropping Camavinga and playing Arda Güler and then having Valverde in his best position. I think they need to sort out that right back situation as well because it's poor for Madrid. I think if you look at Man City, the issues for Man City are obvious. Our right back is not really a right back, and our midfield is weak. We've got Gonzalez, he's a strong player to be fair, and that's it. If Real Madrid can't pull out a strong midfield of their own, Man City's weaknesses won't mean a lot. And if Man City can't exploit, if Madrid can't exploit our fullbacks, it doubly won't mean much because, I mean, our biggest weaknesses are the fullbacks and having a weak midfield. I don't see Madrid exploiting either of those things.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Madrid's team is just not that good other than Mbappe and a few players here or there.
And remember in the Manchester derby, I said the same thing that Man City can be beaten easily through the fullbacks and CMs as well. And also, if you look at Madrid, they look like a team full of headless chickens, like team where there's no chemistry, there's no tactics. It's like you know how you put a bunch of names and collections in a team sheet. There's don't you don't feel a team when you watch them play. You just see a starting 11 of superstars.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing though. Madrid always tried this Galactical thing and it just ends up falling apart each time. I don't get why Madrid still tried this, if I'm being very honest. Like, when's the last time they've had a successful Galactical team in there? They've never had one. But they always try to get all these Galacticals together. So what they wanted was they wanted Mbappe, Rodrigo, Vinicius. And it just didn't work out. Then you look at midfield. They wanted Jude, they wanted Goulet, they wanted Valverde, and all of these players are really good players, but not together. But they wanted all these players. You look at their six role. They wanted Camavinga. They wanted Tchouaméni. They wanted all the big sixes. They wanted all the top young tens, and it just collapsed. That's the thing. That always happens with Madrid. And now you see a lot of players who are not living up to their potential. That's true.
Yeah, I think also Madrid, their their president starts this Galactical project as a marketing thing, not as a football. Like me, when I look at this project, I don't see how a group of superstars can fit into one squad and have good chemistry. Unless you're selecting them based on personality wise, based on football, can this player strengthen the weakness of the other player? Can he cover for this other player? And he goes in front. But when you look at this squad, you don't see that.
I mean, I think this squad is just the remnants of a failed Galactical attempt. I think they tried the Galacticals last season, and what they've got left now is the aftermath, basically. And now they're gonna have to build back up to whatever level they need to win another Champions League. I don't think Madrid is winning the Champions League this season. Of course, you can never rule them out because they are Real Madrid, but I don't think they're winning this season. Um, I think Barcelona is most likely going to win La Liga again. So I just look around here and I'm like, yeah, Madrid isn't really looking well. They're going to be hoping for a cup. You remember in the treble season of Man City, 22-23,
Yeah,
Barcelona won La Liga. Barcelona was not that good, but they won La Liga because Madrid was nowhere near. Barcelona won the Supercopa, for what it is worth, and Madrid got spanked by Man City in the Champions League because their squad wasn't good enough. Then they ended up winning the cup, and that was all. They won the cup. So fair, you still win the cup, but let's be honest, most Madrid fans weren't happy with their season. Um, and then you look again at you then go look again, yeah, at Madrid. The next season after that, they got Hosselu. They got who's not a big name at all. They got Jude in there, fair, but they got a few random, not random players, but just good players. Not top players of the world, but just good players. Players with a low ego. Players who are happy just to be at Madrid. And those players, they won the Supercopa, they won La Liga, they won the Champions League. Then they went Galactico again, and it collapsed again. It's very funny how Madrid does this. They just seem to cycle between good Madrid teams and then a Galactico that collapses, and then they go in circles.
yeah, I agree with you. And yeah, I think heading to this game, City are favorites. You can see of how City plays is why they deserve to be favorites as well. Even though Real Madrid got a convincing win against Bilbao, under this manager, I think Real Madrid has gotten worse under Xabi Alonso and his system. It's not maybe it's a system, maybe it's the players, but I think Real Madrid should have a better recruitment team because this thing of Galactico never works for Real Madrid. To be honest, as I said, Real Madrid should buy players that are happy to be at Madrid, that are hungry to win trophies at Madrid. Yeah, players like Adagula, you can see when Adagula plays, he wants to play to win. And when you start people like Camavinga, those players, those are not good players to start for Real Madrid as well. Yeah.
I mean, thing is, yeah. Listen, if they sack Xabi Alonso right now, and I'm not saying he shouldn't be sacked because they haven't been that good, but if they sack Xabi Alonso right now and they bring in someone new, is he gonna bench Mbappe? Is he gonna bench Vini? Is he gonna bench Rodrigo? Is he gonna bench the problem? Probably not, because all three of them will be fighting. And Rodrigo, yeah, he stayed. He may very well decide, I'm going. Bollocks. I don't think the manager can fix the issue when the issue is your star player. Mbappe is their star player, but he refuses to play in a position where the best of his talents can be made used. That is left wing. Vinicius Jr. refuses to be second fiddle to Mbappe. That's where he would be best, second fiddle as Mbappe. He refuses that. Madrid's two stars are both the problem. No manager is fixing that. Unless that manager has the balls to go into the team, pick one of Mbappe, Rodrigo, and Vini, bench the other two, go buy a new striker, and completely change the system with Mbappe on the left wing. And manage to get Mbappe on that left wing, convince him to stay there. I don't see any manager doing that, quite frankly.
Actually, when Real Madrid was buying Mbappe, I looked at everything and I saw Mbappe is an amazing left winger. If you play Mbappe on the left wing, like also for the World Cup, you can see Mbappe played amazing for France in the left wing as well. So if, as you said, if any manager can convince Mbappe to become a left winger and supply those balls for the striker, but the issue is who is going to be that striker because you cannot play somebody like what's the other striker called?
Gonzalo Garcia, whatever his name is.
No, 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 not this, not a young kid. There's a Brazilian one.
Endrick.
Yeah, he cannot convince Endrick to play as like he cannot convince Mbappe to be a left winger for Endrick or Mbappe to be a left winger for a youth striker. It will hurt Mbappe's ego. So
Yeah,
as you
and
said,
that's the problem. Mbappe needs to go down that left wing. It doesn't matter who's the striker. Mbappe needs to go down that left wing. That's where he's best. And Vinny probably needs to be dropped or go right wing if he accepts that. But even then, do you want Vinny on the right wing? I won't be too sure about that. You might want to look in midfield as well. I mean, Camavinga, not all that. I'd have Valverde and Jude in there, but who do you have with them? Do you have Jude in the 10? I don't think he excels as a 10. Do you have them as a double pivot? I'm not sure that works very well. Do you play Arda Güler there in that midfield? So then we're looking at Jude, Camavinga, Jude, Valverde, and Güler. It's good players, but it's not a good balance of a team. Especially when your right back is Trent, who's gonna vacate so much space. You need a midfielder there who's a bit more defensively focused. Can that be Valverde? Maybe it can, maybe it can't. But thing is, there's a lot of questions around the Real Madrid squad, and I don't think that Madrid is providing the answers. I think the answers aren't that simple. If they sack Xabi Alonso, it makes sense. I don't see how the next manager fixes this unless he benches some serious players, which he probably won't dare to do.
yeah, I agree with you also. I think as well when Madrid goes into the market, they should go into market thinking, let not buy the next superstar. Let buy more squad players. Like players that play for the squad. Like how Liverpool they have people like Ekitike who improves the squad overall than improving the striker position. Like Liverpool's biggest mistake was to buy Isak.
I
That
agree.
was their biggest mistake. And maybe the Madrid needs something like Ekitike type of striker so that they can convince Mbappe to play left wing. I think honestly, if you ask me, they should sell Vinicius Junior and keep Rodrigo. Vinicius Junior is somebody with a lot of temper, and Real Madrid doesn't need a player who has chaos. He's like Real Madrid's version of Sancho. He's a player with a lot of money, a lot of wages, but nowadays it's not even worth keeping people like Vinicius Junior. I saw Man United being linked to Vinicius Junior, and I don't want him at my club. I see United has had their fair share of poor, bad players, and you don't want a troublemaker like Vinicius Junior at your club at all. And let be honest, Rodrigo performs way better than Vinicius Junior has over the past 3 seasons.
Has he though?
Huh?
Rodrigo hasn't been performing at all recently, I think.
I think he has, if you ask me. Like there are those silent performers and then there's those loud performers. Like Vinicius Junior is a loud performer.
What has Rodrigo really done recently? He's not picking up numbers. When he does play, I feel like he gives the ball away a lot. I think Rodrigo is a good player, but I don't think he's that good right now.
Yeah, so the wingers are also the issue as well.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I think they should just sell both Vinny and Rodrigo. If I'm being honest, I think that's the easiest answer. Sell Vinny, sell Rodrigo, Mbappe down the left, buy a proper striker, and play Goulet right wing. That's what I do.
So they sell both striker. They sell a striker. They sell
No, they sell
the both
Vinicius. They
wingers.
sell Vinicius. They sell Rodrigo. They buy a striker. They sell Endrick. Sure, sell Endrick because
Yeah,
he's
they
not
sell
going to do
Endrick
anything.
obviously.
And you put Goulet right wing, and you go buy a proper six. Then you can have a proper six, say Barea, and then you have Barea together with Valverde and Jude as two eights. I think that'd be a lot better for Madrid. Even a striker like Vlahovic would improve them. I can't lie.
Wait, Bellingham and Valverde as two number eights, right?
Yeah,
Those are same spots.
yeah. I'll have them both as number eights.
Okay, and number tens will be a new striker, right? No, number 10 is attacking midfielder spot, right?
You don't need a number 10. If you play with two eights who can both create a little bit and both score a little bit, and you have creativity from your wingers, Mbappe and
Yeah.
Goulet, then you don't really need a 10.
Yeah, so basically that's two strikers,
So
attack, two
basically,
CMs.
you're playing in a
Yeah.
4-1-4-1. And your back four needs to be sorted. I mean, they don't have any good centre backs, I can't lie. Rudiger is good, but he's getting old. They need a right back. Left back is fine for now. They need a centre back at least. So they need to sort that back forward because Trent is not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. Then they need a six, for example, Barrea. Doesn't have to be him, but just an example. Then you play with your four in front of the six, left wing Mbappe, right wing Goulet, and then Valverde and Jude in those eight spots, and then you put a striker up top, be that Vlahovic or Gonzalo Garcia or whatever.
Yeah, that works. Because, yeah, I do with you. The right back, Clint is not a good right back. So they do need to. I wasn't so sure when they bought Clint. I felt like would they pitched this right back really have been a better option for Madrid than Clint. Hakimi.
I don't think Hakimi is what they need either. I think they need a proper, just defensive. If they're gonna have all these Galacticos there, which I know I just said they need to sell half of them, but if they're gonna have all these very attacking-minded players in the team, they need a defender who just defends. They need a proper defensive right back. No Hakimi, no this or that. Just a defensive right back. I'm talking about a player like Kunde. They're not going to get Kunde, but I'm talking about a player like him. Timber. If they go to Arsenal now and they say, we want Julian Timber, that is a big help for Real Madrid, I think. Just a defending right back.
Yeah, and also they need a backup, right? To
Yeah,
Alvaro, just in
probably.
case Alvaro gets injured.
Yeah, but a backup you can experiment more with, and you don't like a backup is not going to fix your starting 11, of course. They need a backup, but that's not as big a concern.
Also, their center backs are getting a bit old. People like Rodrigo, no, Roger, and also who's the other right back?
Militao.
The center back.
Militao. Carvajal. Who do you mean?
No, except for Militao, there's another one that's old as well. Who's he?
Um, Militao. I'm not sure how old he is. Militao is. He's only 27. to be fair. So he's not that old. He should be coming into his prime, but he's had a lot of injuries, hasn't he? And since his
Mm.
injuries, he's not looked as sharp as he used to. I'm not saying he's done, but
No, Alaba, David
Alaba.
Alaba. Yeah, he's also another aging centre back that needs to be shipped out. So you look at Madrid; they have two aging centre backs. So if they ship out those aging centre backs, who will they go for? Because let's be honest, people like Hutchison that they bought from Bournemouth, people like Raul Asensio, those are young centre backs that you cannot expose to big teams already too soon. So they need an experienced centre back to bring in. If they're selling two aging centre backs.
I don't know. I mean, they have what is his name from Bournemouth? What is his name?
Hutchison,
Huijsen, yes. They have him, but yeah, I think they need a centre back. But if we talk strictly to Man City game, I think centre backs. If you don't have centre backs on smoke, I think Haaland feasts, especially if we can find Haaland behind the lines, which we haven't done in the last two games, to be fair. But we have done that for most of the season. And in the last two games, we played against a low block. Madrid at the Bernabeu won't be a low block. I'm looking at probably Sherky and Reinders both starting. Yeah, we might have. If I look at Man City's starting 11, I'm thinking Gonzalez, Reinders, Foden, and then Sherky on the wing, Doku on the other wing, Haaland in the, up top, and then just a solid back four. So O'Reilly, Guardiola, Diaz, Nunez maybe Gusnov even. And the idea is you just play balls in behind. Reinders can put balls in behind. Uh, Foden, Sherky can put balls in behind. And then you've got players on the bench who can come on, change the game a bit for you, control the game if we're winning, Bernardo Silva. So I just look at that, yeah. I think Man City's game plan is much easier. Because sometimes it's not about what is maybe best, sometimes it's about what's easiest to play. Sometimes you may have a better squad, but it's not as easy to get the squads to play well. I think Man City have a very easy idea here for this game. And if Pep does it, if Pep plays the way I'm thinking, I think we bam them, to be honest. Especially if they play the way they did against Liverpool.
yeah. I so what is your predicted lineup?
Oh, so Donnarumma will start, of course, no questions about that. Donnarumma in net, I think 4-1-4-1. Left back will be O'Reilly, right back will be Nunez, and our centre backs will be Guardiola and Diaz. Then in the six, I'll put Gonzalez. Now, this is predicted 11. This is not what I want, but predicted 11, I think it will be Doku, Reinders, Foden, Silva in the four ahead of the six. I would rather Sherky than Silva, but I think Silva will start. And then Haaland up top, of course.
Interesting. And predicted scoreline?
Um, really depends on how Real Madrid play. I think Real Madrid, if they play Mbappe left wing, if they play someone striker, it doesn't even matter who. If they dare drop Vinicius and Rodrigo, if they play just a midfield that is solid, and maybe even dare drop Trent, then I think they can do something. Then I think they can do something, but otherwise I think we're looking better. So Real Madrid is always tough, especially at the Bernabeu. But I'll go 2-3. I'll go 2-3.
I think it will be a 2-1 win for Man City. Yeah, look at this game. I know people will be looking at it saying Man City will go smoke Man- Madrid 3-0, but you know how Madrid performs poorly in the league. Then against Man City, they make it competitive no matter how shit they have been. And think at it, they're playing at Benibao, they're playing in UCL football, so it could be a 2-1 loss. Yeah, at home, title loss.
I think Madrid. I think Madrid is just not in the right state right now to do anything. Um, Here's the thing with Madrid. If Real Madrid go on and win 5 games, do you think they're fixed, or do you think they'll just cave in again?
I think if Real Madrid goes on to win 5 games, that's the same way I'll say for United. They have given, they haven't fixed their issue. That's like you know how you postpone fixing an issue, you cover up that. So I think the main issue is in this winter or in the summer, they need to have a board meeting and say, are we going to stick with this galactical system that is clearly broken, that this approach is clearly broken, or will we go and buy hungry young players who are willing to play for us?
I think they need a bit of both. I think you always need the young and hungry players there. You don't win anything with a bunch of old men. Unless you're Mourinho, but let's be honest, Xabi isn't. Um, they, they need some young players there, that's true, but their squad can't be dominated by them. They need 28-year-olds, 27-year-olds, the players who have been there, done it, and I mean, again, take Vlahovic, for example. That's a striker who's been there, done it. Doesn't matter if he's monotone.
Yeah, anyway, hopefully, as a Rebel fan, I'm hoping City lose, but I know that won't happen. But yeah, thank you, man, for coming on. I know last time you came on, your team smashed us 3-0. I don't know whether it is a miracle, but maybe your team will smash Madrid 3-0 again. Yeah. Or maybe your team's lucky charm. Yeah, so anyway, you want to shout out your socials or you're okay?
Um, I mean, yeah, my channel, Alf Verveke. Go check it out. I'm a bit inconsistent right now because I'm a bit busy. But normally I'm doing streams almost every day. Man City watch-alongs, reviews, streams with Luke and Connect, who come on my channel on Thursdays. Streams with Calxter, just Man City orientated content. Every Friday I do a Premier League preview stream as well. And I'll do some watch-alongs to other Premier League games. For example, Everton Fulham, I did a few weeks ago. Or I will do a stream to a random Champions League game. That's what I do on my channel.
Yeah, big up man, thank you for joining the stream. And it's always enjoyable having you on the stream, hearing your opinions, you ranting about City, and you exposing the opponent's weak side. And at least you're one of the most honest Man City fans I've met. Yeah, and it's
We
rare
will
to
be
meet
there.
a Man City
We
fan
will
out
be
there.
there when we win. Anyhow, big up, bless up for having me on as always. And
Yeah,
I guess I'll
I
see you on next
think,
one.
yeah, let me wrap up the stream as you can leave. Yeah, pick up, man.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Thank you guys for joining this stream. It has been enjoyable. Have you guys on. But make sure you subscribe, like, and share. And I'm out.